Okay, we're going to simply start by rinsing. See, it has salt and a lot of debris and everything in there, so we're just going to get rid of that. But this is just a surface rinse, and it's not a lot to it. You're just rinsing. A couple of quick pour-offs. Remember, don't leave the sea moss in the water. See all of the debris and stuff in here? It's loose, so it will wash away quickly. So other stuff has to soak for a minute in order to be removed because it's all wrapped around the muscle or the membranes, or I call it gristle. So that's what it feels like. It's wrapped around the gristle itself, so you have to soak a little bit to remove that. But we're removing the surface or superficial debris. And I simply do this by taking my sea moss, rubbing it together, and pouring the water off. Make sure you remove the sea moss when you're pouring it off, because there's a lot of sand and stuff that has settled to the bottom, and you can't get rid of it unless you take it completely out and replace it. So that's what I do with that. And I do this a couple of times. I just wanted to show it to you at the bottom before I come back again. Yeah, stuff is just floating around in there. And then we're going to pour this off. Let me just show you. All of the sand and stuff that came off of there, or salt, sand, debris, little bits and pieces, probably shells, or what other animal material in the ocean, remember. I'm going to rinse that and do it a couple of times. Okay, I rinsed it 3 or 4 times. That took like 5 to 10 minutes, if that long. So now we're going to soak it, actually clean it. That was just our rinse phase. Okay, so we're going to put it back in our bowl. Okay, you can even see that it started to swell a bit. So we're going to put that in our bowl. Add our water. Once again, this time we won't be using sink water. Well, you can use spring or distilled, purified, whatever you want to use. But water that has no bacteria or anything in it, I call it dead water. I'm using distilled water. Take longer than a few minutes. Well, not a few minutes, but maybe 15-20 minutes. You let it sit in there. Okay, we add our lemon or lime, whichever you prefer. I'm still picking. We're in the clean phase now. And I did the rinse probably until the water was pretty clear. See, that was a rock, a shell. Wow, that was a shell. Look at that. Ooh, pretty. But we don't want to eat it, right? There you go. Okay, so I'm going to get my lemon. I'm going to squeeze it in the water. And then just put it down in there. The lemon helps to remove any funkiness, take out some of the funkiness and the smell. Also, if it's any slime, it won't be as slimy, because I've had some sea moss that was slimy, and the lemon helps to eliminate that, in my opinion. Okay, I'm just going to sit that in there for about 15 minutes. Then I'll come back and we'll clean it. Oh, while we're waiting to clean it, you can go ahead and start your water. Put it on low on the eye, and we're going to bring it to a boil, but we don't want it to fall off or evaporate off. So just put your water on the stove in a pan, a nice sized pan, on low, so it can start to warm up a little bit, because we're going to run right through the cleaning process. It's nothing. Once it swells and opens up and you can get in all the little nooks and crannies, get all that gook out, wash it really well, put it right in your pot, and you're ready to go. Okay, I had my coffee, started some elderberry syrup on the stove, and we're going to clean this sea moss. Been about 20 minutes, and it's swollen quite significantly, so we will definitely get to cleaning. Don't take but a minute. Pull back a little bit, and this is basically simple. We're just gonna, the moss has swollen enough and separated, you know, it's little tentacles that you can get up in there and clean it quickly and pretty well, you know. Just go through each piece and drop it into your strainer. Just rinsing, 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 really. You get a piece in that you got to cut some stuff out or scrape it away. Just wash it well. Do little bits at a time, because you are going to get some pieces in there that need to be cut out or cleaned. Like I said, I hate to see some little black specks or brown specks of sea moss in my, of stuff, you know, debris in my sea moss. Turns my stomach, and I don't want to eat it. Just cut out anything that you don't like. You don't have to rinse it this way. It's already in the water, but it's the way I like to do it. Just a couple of tips I'll give you right here. When you're washing or rinsing your sea moss in the final stage, when you rinse it and put it into your strainer, just do little bits at a time, and look at it when you're dropping it into your strainer. That way, if you missed anything, you can pick it up and put it back in your bowl, throw it away, clean it, or whatever. I don't want anything that has anything on it. The other thing I want to tell you to do is save your water. Save your water, and this water can be strained off and used for products. If you make facials or any kind of skincare products, or if you're a gardener, you can pour this water in your compost, because it enriches the soil and it off. And that water I will purify and strain with a fine filter, and then this right here, this residual, I'll throw in my compost. Okay, and that water, again, you can put in your compost, or you can use it to make other kinds of products. But it really does have to be boiled, sterilized, and, you know, purified, so on and so forth. But it will make an excellent face mask and things of that nature. Okay, now our sea moss is in our bowl, getting ready to go into the hot water, and looking quite clean. But even when I dump it into the water, I continue to you know, stir it and make sure that I've gotten any spots out. Again, I just detest those spots. Okay, we're at the stove. My water is boiled. It's still on back there, and I'll keep it on until I finish getting all of the sea moss pretty high, until I get all the sea moss in the pan. Dropping the sea moss in the pan makes it cool pretty quickly. That's why I keep it on while I'm putting the sea moss into the pan. Okay, I have my water. Like I said, it's already started boiling. And I just cut it down and then turned it back up. I have my teapot on the back with boiling water just in case I didn't put enough water in here. I can't give you the breakdown of how much water to add because it all depends on you. You know what you like. Do you like a thicker sea moss? Do you like a thin watery sea moss? It really doesn't matter. I really like a thick paste because then I can put it in anything. You know, thicken up stews and gravies, or add it to smoothies, or take it by itself like we do. We make puree out of it every day. So I like a really thick moss. So I don't want to put too much water. And then my customers also like a nice thick moss. Now here also you can add anything you want to add to it. Like if you're going to add ginger or turmeric, any herbs or spices, cinnamon, nutmeg, anything like that. I don't do that because I put it in a multitude of products, and if it's got all of those things in there, then I can't, you know, add it to anything. So I'd rather it plain, and then I can add to it later on. Okay, this is perfect, 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 perfect. Okay. Okay, now I have this in here. What I'm going to do is just cover it. Turn my eye off. I don't need to cook that. You don't want to kill all its benefits. And I'll turn my teapot off because I don't need any extra water for it, so that I can make sure that the water, hot water, is covering every part of it so that it'll all break down. This also makes sure that the sea moss doesn't tear up your blender, because I know a lot of people don't have, you know, a regular blender. It can be quite taxing on a blender. It can really tear up your blades. So I use a Ninja, I forgot what it's called, power pitcher station. I guess that's it. I don't know. It's a Ninja Power. I know it's really good. I love it. It does everything. And you don't need any other blender than that. It's perfect. I'll show you guys when I get to blend it. But anyway, I turned everything off. I'm going to leave that for about 15-20 minutes till it cools down, till it gets room temperature. And then I like to put it in the fridge so that it'll thicken up real quick. And once we get it thick, then when it goes into the blender, it really gets that creamy consistency. If I put it in like this, it gets white. I just don't like the way it looks. So I like to let this get to room temperature, then stick it in the fridge for about 20 minutes so it'll get real thick and solid. So this sea moss takes under 2 hours to complete. I mean, package, bottle, freeze, all of that good stuff. It takes under 2 hours. The whole process takes about an hour. It's just the waiting time, waiting in between this, in between this, in between this, you know. So that's it. And as you can see, in just 15 minutes or so, the sea moss is already of a consistency that you can use it for whatever purpose you'd like. Again, I'm putting it in the fridge, and I'll show you what it looks like on another batch. Just wanted you to see what it looks like after just leaving it in the fridge, not doing anything with it. It solidifies, and then all you have to do is put it in your blender, and it's nice and soft. The water has absorbed it. It's like a gel. You can use it like this, but I like it smooth because when it's smooth, it can go into anything that you're cooking. Thicken your greens, makes gravy, takes the place of flour. Like I said, they're using it for ice cream, all kinds of stuff right now. So, that's it. That's your gel. Semi-gel. Jar. This is a these are not non-reactive lids. You can date it if you like. We go through it too fast, so it's unnecessary. Well, it doesn't last more than a week. And that's it.